It's 10 o'clock. Well, welcome Maddon Ho Choi to our second session of our community day. Maddon, I'll give you the floor.
Tina, thank you so much. It's great to be back here, Chavande, for my third session. In case you guys don't know, I'm Maddon. I'm a student here at UC Berkeley. Behind me is beautiful UC Berkeley trees. There's Sproul Plaza, and way in the background, I don't know if you can see it, is the Campanile. It's a little bit noisy because we're preparing for the big game on Saturday versus Stanford. So there's some rallies going on, but I'm excited to be here, out and um, like presenting on ChatGPT. Oh, it looks like it's raining. Um, Let me move inside really quick, and then we can get started. Sorry for the delay. Didn't want my computer to break. All right, get started. So today we're going to be on mastering ChatGPT, but more than that, we're also going to be giving context on AI, what it is, how to use it, but also other AI apps like image generation, um, reading documents, and how to spot fake content because there's a lot of AI is really powerful to generate text, to generate images, voice generation, and there can be a lot of fakes out there. It can create fun stuff, but also some really dangerous stuff and spread misinformation. So make sure to know when you can spot a fake. And finally, a Q&A at the end. So AI and ChatGPT, AI is artificial intelligence, and it's basically programs that it's like an amalgamation of data and that's been trained to read and understand other data. And it's been around for a long time. It's how we use Google, for example, to look things up because it understands what we're looking for. But recently, it's gotten really good at text generation. Like you ask it a question, and it'll give you and it'll answer it. And yeah, so it's about seeing, understanding, translating written language, and it's gotten really powerful at analyzing data, and now like making recommendations. So it's definitely really powerful in like automating tasks. So there's a lot of main uses like virtual personal assistants like Alexa, Google Home, Siri. Usually use that like Alexa, what time is it? Alexa, set an alarm. Those are the types of like basic tools. But there's also AI tools for business and finance. Like if you guys invest, you should. Um, like on Market Watch, there's a lot of articles when it gives you updates on stocks. It's not written by a human because a human doesn't need to do it. It'll be like Yahoo rose 5% today. And it's not written by a human, it's written by an AI because an AI can easily read the data, like the NASDAQ for the day, and write a quick article because they're mostly the same um updating people. So there's a lot of really good business applications for it. And also education. Like ChatGPT is good for explaining a lot of math problems, but Khan Academy is really good now at both educating. It's good for teaching people because it's like having a tutor, but it's a computer. And it's powerful in that it doesn't just give you the answer, it also explains how to do it step by step. And if you have questions, it can explain how it works and answer them specifically. And not just for math, but also for reading. Also for commercials, recommending you ads and even health. Like definitely it's not like you can't replace your doctor with a robot just yet. But it's definitely like chatbots and AI applications for things like WebMD. It can be helpful in referring people to resources. So there's some advantages like automation, making decision making easier, and giving us more room to be creative because we're the ones who have to come up with the prompts and ask it questions. And like we're gonna go into AI image generation in a bit, but we're the ones who have to come up with the commands, like the descriptions of the image we want them to create. So it's up to us to be the creative minds, and they do the hard work. But there's also some disadvantages, like it can be hard to access it's hard to train these machines because it needs a lot of data. And there's also some accuracy risks, which we're going to go into in a bit. ChatGPT is basically it is an AI bot, and what it does is it's powerful in that it can respond back to you. And it can generate text and paragraphs and review writing and understand it. So yeah, it can read, edit, definitely a really powerful tool. And we'll demonstrate in a bit. We'll come back to this. But yeah, if you want to have a conversation, be clear. Feel free to experiment, and you can always go back. But it is a machine, so it's gonna make some errors, and sometimes I'll misunderstand you. But yeah, lots of potential as a personal helper, a storyteller, and a learning buddy. There are some limitations, like it might generate some inaccurate information occasionally. So we'll skip this. And so here's how it accesses its information. You create an account, and basically it has access to, it's been trained already by given like thousands of books, texts, like skills and understanding math, English. So it's really good at reading information and understanding it. Um, it at least the company says that they don't use the information you give it. So there is some privacy in it. But yeah, they do share some data. And so I wouldn't definitely be cautious and don't share any private information like your address, your social security number. There are some limitations to what it can share, but definitely keep your information private. But it only holds it for 30 days before it deletes it. And it doesn't use your entries to train the AI. All right, so this is the new part, the potential. So ChatGPT has really been hailed recently in the tech world for its incredible potential, like creating your own apps and chatbots. Like usually websites like WebMD or like, I don't know, the Berkeley website, they do have chatbots that can direct you to certain things if you're asking like, oh, where's the class schedule? Where can I connect with a help nurse? Usually they have to train that themselves. But with ChatGPT, now companies and private individuals can create their own bots. And I'm going to show you a bot you can use in a moment to caption images. And it was made entirely through ChatGPT. It's its own app, but it runs through ChatGPT. There's also potential so like we said earlier, ChatGPT can review text. It'll read text and then it'll understand it and can give you a response. But recently with ChatGPT, right now it's on 3.0, but with the new ChatGPT 4.0 Turbo, it can also read images. Like you can take a picture with your phone and it's been trained to look at images and understand what those are. And right now you can't use a video, but you can take photos and it'll understand in real time what you're taking pictures of. And it's been hailed as potentially helping blind people access services. As well as you can also generate voices too. That's something a lot of people in the entertainment industry are concerned with because especially voice actors, because and it's a valid concern because if an AI can basically copy what voice actors do, then there's a lot of concerns that companies might abuse that. But yeah, we'll show you an example in a moment. So yeah, here's I'm gonna play a video for you guys really quick on the ChatGPT powered app that can help blind people see the world around them. So let me switch my microphone really quick. Oops. You guys hear it?
No, we cannot. We still cannot hear it.
Sorry, it's because I was muted. Is it all good now?
Yes.
Great.
Virtual volunteer. This is a picture of a can of John West sardines. The label is green and yellow and there is a wrinkle on the top of the can.
I have really had a hard time sleeping since this, because I think there is so many possibilities where this could go. And right now, it is only a picture that you can get described. But if we can get this to work on a video stream where you can kind of walk and get things described to you.
I see a potential for people to have more independence. For some people, it can even be difficult to ask other people for help. But as if you ask a machine, well, it's a machine, so it's there to serve you.
It's really incredible. So yeah, this technology has a lot of potential. You know, there's a lot of concern, there's a lot of people scared, and their concerns are valid. But I think there's also a lot of potential to help a lot of people, um, especially like people with disabilities. But yeah, so definitely a lot of potential, but there's some flaws. Like if you ask ChatGPT a question, it'll know a lot about history, like who is Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and it'll tell you who is like who's the current and I'll describe who he is, and I'll give you a biography. It's almost like asking Wikipedia a question. Like here's ChatGPT, like who is FDR? And so I'll give you a whole blurb about Franklin Delano Roosevelt. You can even ask it stuff like, write me a story about one of FDR's election campaigns. And I'll create a title and I'll tell you, and I'll be really descriptive. It's almost like an amateur novel writer. The air in America crackled with uncertainty. People of Hopesville took FDR's message to heart. So yeah, it's almost like an amateur writer. But the issue is, it's actually stuck in 2021. So there is a huge database of knowledge that it has to draw from and answer questions. But anything that happened after 2021, it just can't answer because its database hasn't been updated. It's just stuck in 2021 for now. So I think they're working on that. Oh, and these images, I actually made them using AI. And I'm going to show you guys in a bit how you can generate your own. So definitely they're not perfect, as you can see. This one says Stuick in 2021. This one says stuck in 2021. But definitely a lot of potential. And yeah, so like we were talking about earlier, there's a lot of potential in it can understand images now and create text from it and understand it and respond and write about it. So here's an app that's really cool. It have you ever like if you want to post on social media like on Facebook or just write a caption for an image, but you can't quite think of the right image or you can't quite think of the right caption, this is an app that literally writes a caption for you. You give it an image and it'll write the caption. So let me give it in the chat to everyone. And we'll do a demo really quick. It's loading right now. All right, so it's an image caption generator, and just upload any photo, and I'll instantly write an Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook caption for you. And this is an independent app. It's made by this guy, Wes Frank, but it's entirely run through ChatGPT. So this is the example. This is an example of like the potential of creating your own apps through ChatGPT. And you can create chatbots, you can create apps like this. And this one is specifically for creating captions for like social media, like Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. But you can also create this for also like something deeper. Like if you're trying to write a book and you're trying to create like descriptions for images, or even for like visually impaired people when they're trying to view something on social media, like this could be an auto-generated option that could help people with that. So without further ado, let's do a demonstration. So here is what you do is you drag and drop an image onto this text. So let me grab an image. Let's do, oh, this is a fun one. It's an image of the Pope in a big fluffy jacket. And we'll come back to this image in a bit, but it's pretty funny, and I'll generate an image. And so the caption it generates was "keeping holy and cozy in style." And then it's an image of an angel head, a coat, stars, fashion forward, divine style, pious puffer. So that's amazing because it saw the image and it knew it was the Pope. It knew it was the Pope. It saw the cross, it saw the face, it recognized the face, the hat. But it also recognized that he was wearing like a very fancy, or as we like to call it, dripped out jacket, and it generated a caption for it. So it's pretty amazing. Like, and if you guys have any images that, like, just type in the chat a picture of anyone or anything, and then we can do a demonstration of like the type of like captions it can generate. But yeah, so it's a really powerful tool. I hope you guys find it useful. And maybe we can even use ChatGPT to help us out. Like, what's an iconic image? And so this is an example of misunderstanding. So I wanted it to give me an iconic image, like something of the Grand Canyon, or like a photo during the Great Depression. But it's a robot, so it doesn't quite understand my intent. But it read the words and said, "What is it?" And so it assumed that I meant asking for an explanation of what an iconic image is. So it's a robot. But wait, it gave me a description, a definition, but also it gave me some examples of like the Mona Lisa, of Che Guevara, the blue marble photograph. And so like here, let's go here. Beautiful picture of Earth. It's iconic. And so we can take that image and then we can drag it on. And we're using the same app. We're just using a new image. And in just a moment, I'll generate a new caption. But yeah, definitely really useful if you want to post on social media, or if you just want to generate a caption.
Man, do you have to pay for the service?
Nope, it's entirely free. Just click on the website and drag and drop any image you want onto it. Here, why don't we do one that's more personal? Like, here's my senior portrait. So let's see. Dressed to impress and ready for success.
Hey, that's
Graduation.
pretty good.
So yeah, that's what you can do You know, if you want to post, I don't know, a picture of your grandkids, but you can't think of a description, boom, just use this app and it'll generate a caption for you. Yeah, this could be on my Instagram if I wanted it to. Pretty funny. But yeah, there's some other really good, interesting AI apps, and we'll go into them right now. So this is an app called Chat PDF, based on ChatGPT, but basically, you know how ChatGPT is, you write things, like you ask it questions, you write, and it'll give you a response. It'll answer your questions. This one is it's uploading entire PDFs, entire like booklets, and the really cool thing is that it'll act like it's the book, so that you can ask like if you upload a PDF of Hamlet, you can ask it questions and it'll answer it from the perspective of Hamlet and explain it, and they'll know what you're looking for. But any PDF works, like whether that's a resume, a job application, you can use this app, and even if it's like really long, like 100 pages, it'll instantly read the whole thing and understand it. So it's really good if you want to like skim through a document or understand something quickly. And there's definitely a lot of applications for it. Like if you have a job, if you're hiring someone, if you're hiring a bunch of people and you want to review a bunch of applications really quick, you can get like you can get summaries of them, or basic qualifications, like who went to college, who has experience in marketing, whatnot. So let's do a demonstration really quick. So chat PDF, and let me put the link in chat, called chatpdf.com. So chat with any PDF. Students, researchers, professionals instantly answer questions and understand research with AI. So let's do an example of, let's see. Okay, here's a research paper I actually wrote for my Berkeley environmental science class. It's on Strawberry Creek, the local creek, and it's about water quality. And so it's about analyzing the progression of Strawberry Creek's water quality from origin to the water, to the bay. And so we write our hypothesis, our introduction, our methods, our results, and all our data. And so it just read the entire document and it completely understands it. So do you guys have any questions? Like, just write any questions in the chat for the paper, like anything at all, and it can answer. Like, what is the hypothesis? The proposed hypothesis in this experiment is that there's a correlation between increased urbanization and decreased water quality along Strawberry Creek. So you don't have to read the paper. You can just ask this app, like, the hypothesis, or what's the conclusion? What is the conclusion? Water quality does decrease as it passes through urbanized areas. And it talks about the data and whatnot. And so this is just a research paper. That's kind of boring, but see, there's a lot of applications, but you can also do it for other things. Like, let's do a new one. Let's drop in Hamlet. This is a PDF of Shakespeare's play, Hamlet. And so now we can ask the questions like, oops, who is Hamlet? And it just read the entire paper, and it says, Hamlet is the Prince of Denmark and the main character of the play Hamlet. Or, who is his lover? And I believe the answer is Lady Ophelia. So it actually says that he doesn't have a specific lover, but he's romantically involved with Ophelia, which is true.
So, Maddon, can you ask Hamlet why he asked to be or not to be? What does that mean?
Yeah, that's a great example. So why did he say to be or not to be? Most literary scholars actually believe he's talking about whether to live or to not, like whether to commit suicide. It's very dark. And yeah, and so it understands Hamlet's to be or not to be soliloquy is the contemplation of the pros and cons of life versus death. He's questioning whether it's better to continue living or suffering with the slings of arrows and outrageous fortune, or to end his life and escape the pain. That's really deep, but that is the analysis. And this shows the potential for learning. Like we were talking about earlier, it's not just math tutoring. You can do English tutoring with apps like this, where you ask, where if you understand, Hamlet is very long, and it's the language they speak of. Tush tush will not appear. Just had made his course to loom that part of heaven, whether now it burns, Marcellus and myself. It's kind of hard to understand at some points. You have to reread it. So if a student is struggling, if they don't understand it, and maybe they can't afford a tutor, maybe they don't have time to go to the teacher's office hours, they can use apps like these to read and to understand it. And there's just so much potential in learning. Someone said that someone messaged me in the chat to say that we don't have to think anymore. And I think that's a valid concern. Like, are students going to rely on this? Are they going to just not have to think and just use these? But I like to be optimistic and think that the apps like these will make them think more and will improve their learning. And instead of having to waste their time on menial things, they'll give them more time to understand the text and also think about greater, deeper themes for themselves. But yeah, you saw that. I uploaded the PDF and see over 144 pages. It read instantly. But yeah, let's do one more example. Let's do here. This is here. This is an old resume of mine. And so I just uploaded it to Chat PDF. And so it just read over my entire resume, and now you can ask my resume questions like, what has Maddon interned for? And this isn't public knowledge, by the way. This is my own resume. So it's not like it has any database it can access from. It literally just read my resume, this document, and can answer questions about it instantly. So Maddon has interned for several organizations, including California Senator Dave Cortese and DICE, an initiative of Civics Unplugged. That's correct. You can ask it like, what's Maddon's email? Maddon's email is maddon.troy@gmail.com. So it's like employers can use this to comb through documents. Like if you're people who run scholarships can use this to instantly go through resumes, applications. There's just so much potential.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're building your own individual Google.
Yeah, honestly. It's remarkable just how it's like this isn't information that was given. It's information that we gave it, and it can instantly like understand it and answer questions. Here's one more. It's a contract. It's contracts. Oop. It looks like I've reached my limit. But
So this
yeah,
is where they make money. You put enough. If you exceed it, then you have to pay.
yeah, it's so useful and so helpful, but there's a limited amount of uses. So, I think a lot of people in tech especially think it's a valuable skill, but it's a valuable tool. And it really is. Like, and you can also do it to read through, like, we went over my research paper earlier, and it's like it's a decently long paper. It's 9 pages, but you can go over like contracts that are like 100 or 1,000 pages long, and it can instantly review it and read it and understand things. And you can ask it questions. And so that might have been like a job that you might have had to hire an entire lawyer for. And I think obviously you should still hire a lawyer, but this can really automate a lot of tasks and make sure if you want to hire someone, you only need them for the most important things. It frees up their time and it frees up your time and energy and resources. So just so much potential. But let's move on. Really great. I think I shared it in the chat. So as you saw earlier, there was some image generation here. And this isn't something I pulled from Google. This isn't something I drew myself. I wish I could be as good as an artist as this. But I actually generated these images through an image generator. That's the latest AI tool. And Bing is actually really cool. It is a really good tool for this. If you have a Bing account, if you have a Google account, you can use this. Bing.com/images/create. So I'm gonna send it to the chat so you can all access it. And so really quick, before we use this app, can somebody give me a prompt? Like one person give me a person, one person give me a place, and one person give me an action. Like just, we're doing Mad Libs, guys. Like just give me something. Bill Clinton, TR says. Okay. Can someone else give me a place? Someone give me an action. Bill Clinton running. And then maybe anyone else in Europe. Okay. Thank you, chat. Ooh. Okay. Maybe he doesn't like Bill Clinton. So why don't we do someone like MLK running in Europe? And so now it's generating 4 images of Martin Luther King running in Europe. And so it'll take a bit. So we'll come back to it really quick. This is the other one, Crayon. It's the same thing. It's about generating images. Oh, and here it is. So these are 4 images that you can download.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
It's Martin Luther King running, going on a jog. It's remarkable.
It's very, 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 very nice.
Yeah.
And you can
and-
download it on PDF or
Yep.
JPEG?
Yep. Either one. Just click on it, and then you can share, you can save, you can download it. Anything you imagine. Yeah. And so you can also, this one I really like. You can do it, you can generate things in Pixar movie style. Like, let's do a prompt of someone give me a person or a place. Like, let's say Superman. Good one. Superman. Pixar movie about Superman. And obviously Pixar doesn't own the rights to Superman, so they can't do that. But let's see what it generates. Let's check up on this one. Johnny Carson. Okay, well, not quite, but it's pretty cute. So there's like a lot of really cute images about Superman, very Pixar, like kidsy style. And so you can download these and use it in your presentation or whatever you want. Here, let's go back. A Pixar movie about Johnny Carson. That was what someone in the chat said. So we'll come back to it really quick because it's still generating. So Bing AI, Crayon, and LimeWire are all apps you can use to generate images like this. I personally prefer Bing AI just because it's the easiest. And it's the fastest, honestly. Crayon it's easy to use, but it's very slow. So bing.com/images/create is the most useful one. Johnny Carson is blocked. Oh, and this is something you should be cautious about. Sometimes if it thinks that it might generate something sensitive or provocative, it might block it. So it looks like it doesn't like Johnny Carson. Maybe we'll do Michael Jackson. Nope.
How about Jane Fonda?
Okay. It also thinks Jane Fonda might be controversial. Abraham Lincoln. Okay. No? Okay, go back. Huh. George Washington. Wow. Interesting. How about San Francisco? Okay, so now it's working. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas, feel free to share in the chat. They'll even give you tips, like this is an example of what it can draw. A girl with headphones coding on her laptop as an orange cat sits beside her.
Wow.
Impression. And so this is this, it gives it the style. So it's an impressionist painting, and it's drawing what the prompt asks. So I've been going for cartoony stuff like Pixar's, but you can definitely do impressionism too. And here it is, a Pixar movie about San Francisco. And you can definitely see it's definitely like
Oh, very
Pixar cartoon
nice.
style. Yeah, and I think it's kind of like Zootopia, all the animals and they're riding the San Francisco tram. Super cute. Yeah, so this is a prompt someone else asked. 3 girls, robotics and competitions with impressionism. So yeah, these are really cool, and um it's definitely, it shows like the really like the large amount of potential you can use. So it looks like I only have 4 left. So like the other AI apps, they limit the amount of times you can use it per day because it costs money to run these on their servers and their services. So we'll come back to this. But yeah, just to come back to this, you should also know that, obviously this is really cool. AI images, lots of potential, but if you want to like write a book about this and you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't hire an artist, maybe we should use AI art. Just know that AI generated art cannot be copyrighted. A US federal judge has ruled that they're not eligible for copyright status because fundamentally AI art is using other art to generate new images. It's when you ask it to generate an impressionist painting, it's taking impressionist paintings that's already been drawn and then kind of mashing them together and to create a new one. So fundamentally, it's not using its own original work. It's kind of copying, mimicking, and combining past works. So it's not eligible for copyright. And so we'll come back to here it is. 3 girls doing robotics in competitions with impressionism. So yeah, it's kind of an impressionist style, very, using it looks kind of like it's painted, and yeah, really cool. Ooh, and I think someone asked a question in the chat, what's the environmental cost of using ChatGPT? And so I think someone wrote in the chat, but they sent it to me privately, that ChatGPT emits 8.4 tons of carbon per year, more than twice the amount that is emitted by an individual, which is 4 tons per year. So definitely there's some environmental costs, but I think they're working on lowering that. But that is something we should keep in mind. Yeah, someone said large amounts like ChatGPT have an enormous but largely hidden footprint. So yeah, we got to be cautious about that. But I think they're working on that. So yeah, generating images using AI is really cool and it can be really funny, like this. These 4 images right here were generated. But there's also some risk. Definitely a risk in like the public. They should be able to trust what they see, and AI generated images can spread misinformation and maybe even and especially if it's about finance or stocks or the government or politics. Those are really big risks that AI images can pose. And so this is the image we used earlier. It's the Pope wearing a fluffy jacket. And it's so funny, isn't it? It's like, it's the Pope. He's a holy man, but he's wearing this like Balenciaga jacket. Pretty funny. But the issue, it's fake. It's AI generated. And it's so funny. It's so cool, but unfortunately, it's not real. I'm sorry to say. And so these are all tips that are provided by the Better Business Bureau, BBB, on how to spot AI generated images. And they're really useful tools. And so I want you guys all to if there's an image that you think is shocking and oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Be on the lookout, be aware, because it might be AI generated. And so these are some tips and some descriptions. If you look at the image, you see he's wearing a chain over the jacket, but notice how there's only one side of the chain. It's only being held up by one string. There should be another string that goes on the other side, but because it's AI generated, there's no other side of the chain. It's just because AI doesn't know the intricacies that a chain needs to be held up, a necklace needs to be held up by two sides of a chain. It just knows that, oh, there needs to be a necklace and there needs to be a chain. So there is some flaws. And if you look at the hands, like that's not a hand, that's a blob that with some things pointing out. And it's like there's a coffee cup or something stuck to it, but it's not quite holding the cup. So these are some small flaws that you should be on the lookout for. And here's another one. This is a big risk, like during wars or conflicts that are happening right now. Be careful, because you could be consuming propaganda or misinformation. Like this image of a person being arrested by a police force, it's actually fake. It's generated by AI. And as you can see, there's the image just looks kind of strange in general. Like the texture just looks really smooth. It looks like almost like it was painted, because it kind of was. If you look at the text over here, like on this police officer's shirt, there's actually no text. It looks like there's words, but it's just nonsense, because it's AI generated. It's not real words. And yeah, just like the people look like they could be people if you squint, but if you actually look deeply, like it doesn't look natural. So yeah, let's just we'll come back to this in a moment. So yeah, if you wanna you should definitely be on the lookout for fake images, for AI generated images like this one, which is really cute. This is the harmless example. But during wars, or if it's about business or politics, like be on the lookout. Check your sources. Like if you say like, look, this is an example of the Pentagon that got, like the Pentagon just got bombed, and there's an image that was on your screen. Like look it up. Look up, like search on Google, on Google News, on CNN, like, did this actually happen? Do reverse image searches. You can look up the image, like describe it and see if there's some results, or even like use Google to drop the image in and see if there's any matches. And definitely be cautious. AI generated images, like the tools that we just went over back there, like these are the flaws with AI. Like it doesn't know that there needs to be two sides of a chain, or that exactly what hands look like, or that like the texture doesn't always look right. The words don't always look right. Like it doesn't really know how to say stuck in 2021 correctly. It'll add an extra letter. It'll remove a number. These are flaws in AI, and it's things you can use to spot it. But like this came really quickly, so and it's gonna keep advancing quickly. So you should be on the lookout for change, and know that AI generated images are going to get better. So just be cautious, be on the lookout. So here's an example of, we went over this earlier, way earlier, that AI can also do voice generation. We went over it can do text generation, like answer questions, describe things. It can look at images, and it can create images like the ones you see right here. Like right here. But it can also generate a voice. That's the latest one, and that's what a lot of voice actors are cautious about, and that's part of the reason why the actors were on strike, because studios, there was a potential for studios to abuse AI, whether that's in video generation, whether that's in voice generation. And so that's why the union was striking and was bargaining for a contract that regulates this. So here's an example of audio, like audio generation, when AI generates audio. And this AI can generate audio of anyone, but it's an AI. It needs to be trained. So it needs a collection of someone speaking. And so usually it's probably not going to have a collection of your voice speaking, because there's usually that you don't have a huge collection of you unless you're really into public speaking, and they're all uploaded on YouTube or something like that. But like presidents who are constantly going on the news, who are constantly speaking, there's a pretty large collection of their voices. So it's pretty easy to train AI to speak for them. And so here's an example of a really popular YouTube video, over 1 million views, of the last 4 presidents, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, George Bush, playing Uno together. And just know that's fake, but it's supposed to be comedy.
Isn't this nice? It's just one of those days you got to just get out and give the old wrinkle skin some sun rays. This is so lame, Joe. Hey, I know. I just got the Doomslayer skin in Fortnite. You guys want to go inside and watch me get a couple dubs?
Michelle said we can't come inside until we get some sun. She's making pizza.
Oh, I just love Michelle's pizza. Yeah, she makes good pizza.
Go fish.
It's Uno, George.
Oh, right. That means I get to go again, right?
No, that's not in the rules.
That's how we've always played it at my house. When you lay a reverse card, you get to go again.
We're not playing with house rules, Jack. We're being official.
House rules don't mean anything here, fool.
My turn then.
You bastard.
I know you are, but what am I? Here's something that will knock your socks off.
Damn. Oh, wait, take this draw 4. They stack if I put one
What
on.
the hell? No, that's just another one of your shitty house rules.
Donald's right. That's another house rule.
I've literally
So yeah, that's an example of what you can use with AI generated video, and it's just AI generated audio. And obviously, it's for comedy, it's for entertainment, but it's pretty funny. And it kind of, obviously it's not perfect, but it does sound like them. It sounds like their voices, and so it's pretty entertaining. Definitely a lot of potential, but while it can also be fun, there's also some danger. Like
play.
here, we'll go back. So this is a video of the president of Ukraine. And this is called a deep fake, where they take they basically use AI and manipulate the face so it looks like they're talking or saying something, and they use the audio generation. So this is a deep fake, and you can't really understand what he's saying, but it kind of sounds like his voice. But what he's saying in this video allegedly is that he is surrendering to Russia. And he's telling like everyone in Ukraine to surrender. But the thing is, the issue is that it's fake. It's not real. He never actually said this. This is a video generated by a troll or someone working for, I don't know, the Russian government. And it's not real. But there's a war going on in Ukraine right now. And so like during wars, conflicts, this is the danger of AI and deep fakes. It can spread misinformation. It can even harm people. So definitely be on the lookout. Like if you see a video of someone saying something outrageous like we're gonna start nuking this country, be careful because it might be a deep fake. Like I know it sounds kind of scary or shocking, but these are the times we live in. This is the risks. And so obviously it doesn't look exactly right. Like as you can see, like his face is the only thing that's moving, and everything is kind of like waving around him. Like he doesn't look like me when I'm speaking and my whole body's moving. It's just like his face is kind of being contorted because that's what it's happening. They're manipulating one image and making it look like he's moving. So just be careful. Lots of fun, entertaining
Literally wasn't out of
options.
my hands yet.
But
You
there's a lot
didn't
of
say
danger
who. I
as
saw
well.
it clear as Mama Christmas. You set the card down and didn't say it. Draw 4, cracker.
Yeah, just be on the lookout. But yeah, there's so much potential for AI, whether that's learning, whether that's making things more fit, understanding things. But also be careful because there might be misinformation. But yeah, I hope you guys find the tools that I shared with you guys useful today. I hope you guys be on the lookout, be cautious. Is there any other questions? Feel free to ask in the chat or raise your hand, say it out loud. Thank you so much for having me. It's been great to be here.
Any questions before we let Maddon go back to class?
Any other questions, everyone?
Hey, doesn't look like it. Lots of thank you. So thank you, Maddon. We appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you guys having me. I hope you guys found this informative, helpful. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate you inviting me. It's been a lot of fun.
Yep. Can't wait to use the Bing images. Take care. Bye-bye.
It's gonna be really fun. Thank you so much.